let there be light. This park is one of the smallest, but one of the best I've built in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Come along for the tour and get inspired for your own builds. Hello everyone and welcome to LUX Park. I'm gonna give you the VIP tour, but for once, I didn't have to close the park in order to do this tour because of course it's a relatively small park, so the frame rates are still okay, even though as you can see, it's absolutely full of detail, a lot of which is just lights, which was very important. You can see the trees getting illuminated by lights as well, which I really love doing. So we've just arrived via the arrival point, as you do, nothing controversial there. And as we walk under the banner, we head into the Lux Moon Square. Now, it's a little difficult to see from this angle, but from an aerial view, you can see that this is sort of like a Van Gogh-esque inspired plaza design. And of course, it is like emulating the moon because it's night, yet night and light is sort of the theme of this park, I suppose. And we're walking up to a massive mixed herbivore habitat. You can see that there is a monorail track going all the way around. I use monorail track a lot in this park. I usually do. But here especially because, you know, it has little light points on it, which I felt really helped out, you know, bring some of that light up into the sky, aside from the obvious. So this first habitat, as you can see, it's a pretty expansive habitat. You see more monorail detail in the background. You see the Hyperloop viewing stations. We have Ankylodocus, Stegoceratops, and Parasaurolophus lux in here. And there's a bit of a guest area protruding out into the habitat where we're going to be going later, obviously. We're going to be going everywhere, whether you like it or not. Look, you're basically my hostage and you'll come along with me. By the way, the channel has grown with 5,000 new subscribers. 5,000 new subscribers this month. So I just want to say thanks. I really appreciate the support. It helps me out a ton. And I hope that in return, I can give you the tips and the ideas and the inspiration and the tours. Let's go on. So yeah, this is the main entry plaza, and it branches off into several directions, and the first direction that we're gonna go in is this one. So we're gonna walk through the classic Jurassic Park gates. Again, lights, very important in this park. Oh, something I should highlight, is a little trick, quote unquote, that I did with the trees. You can see it in the habitat, but you'll also see it, you know, in the guest sections, which is to hide one of the, DFW, like, I don't know, floodlights, hiding them in the trees to sort of create the illusion that the trees themselves are illuminated, are like emitting light, which I think is a pretty cool effect for a nighttime park. So I did that a lot, and I think it worked out really well. So yeah, if you want to use that trick, I highly recommend it, because look at that. That looks proper magical over there. I really like that. And let's pop into a viewing gallery so we can look into the habitat. Hello? Hello? There you go. So again, you can see that illuminated tree effect. I also place a gate inside the habitat. And just to create another point of light, there's a whole bunch of illuminated trees. And yeah, I really like that effect, and it allowed me to use those more industrial looking lights without them looking out of place in a nice magical park like this. Not a whole lot of dinosaurs on display currently, unfortunately. We do, oh god, oh, she just went into hiding. If we wait just a little bit longer, there she comes. So there's the Stegoceratops. We're gonna get several more opportunities to look into this habitat, so fret not. There will be dinosaurs on this dinosaur tour. Exiting this viewing gallery, we're gonna cut across to the viewing galleries on the other side of this little plaza, which is, yeah, branching off from the main Lux Moon Plaza. And this one is gonna be looking into the Spinoceratops habitat. We have the hamster balls driving along here. Ah, there they are, a big herd of Spinoceratops in this habitat. You can see the illuminated trees. There's a whole bunch of torches in the water. We have the Hyperloop viewing tower, which is surrounded by monorail track, again, to create that, you know, elevated point of light. Obviously, the tracks also add light to the habitat. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. And it's a really, really fun and different way of designing a habitat and a park overall. So if you haven't done a park build like this, I highly recommend that you try it out. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And maybe it's something that you've already done a long time ago, but for me, this was, I think this was the first time I built like a full-on nighttime pretty park, as opposed to like, you know, horror vibes or stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna leave that viewing gallery and we're gonna move towards the tour, the hamster ball tour inside the Spinoceratops habitat. So there's this little path that sort of like follows along the main plaza, which is on the other side of this concrete wall. Sort of like a tiny shortcut. It's not much, but you know, it's something. And, you know, I went the extra mile alternating these concrete barriers with the lights all over the place. Again, lights just super, super important. Obviously, they're like the main decoration in this park, I would say. That's the main plaza through that archway. But we're gonna go into the tour. Drive, here we go. Oh, gotta thread the needle, thread the needle. I am failing to thread the needle. Wait, can I thread the needle? Yeah, there you go. Hold on, I'm gonna switch to this one. There you go. So here we are in the hamster ball, and you weave through the monorail decoration, I suppose we should call it, going around the Hyperloop viewing gallery, which of course we will be going into as well a little bit later. We're gonna cut across a tiny bit. So there are the torches in the water. The track follows along the lake that is inside the habitat. These things are really difficult to steer. Like, the reaction time on these is pretty bad. Combined with my poor driving skills, this is dangerous. This is very, very, very dangerous. Oh my god, these are a nightmare to operate. Wow. Oh, is she gonna go bowling? Is she gonna go bowling? No. Aw, that's a shame. That would have been funny. You wanna go bowling with me? You can. Do you wanna? Do you wanna? Do you wanna? Come on then, don't be shy, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Alright, well. It's not necessarily the action I was hoping for, but alright. You're a lover, not a fighter. I get it. So yeah, all of these illuminated trees in the habitat, I really, really like that. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that in this park. I think it's just a great way to add more lights in a park like this. Oh, can we go through? No, the hitbox is already stopping me. I cannot move. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Oh, God. We drive by the viewing galleries. I always love doing that with tours, you know, taking it right by the viewing galleries. These things are absolutely atrocious to drive. Oh my god, I want to get out of here. Ooh. Hamster ball turned bumper cars. Let's quickly head out of here. Jesus Christ, oh my god, what is happening with these things? I mean, it shouldn't surprise me that a hamster ball is kind of difficult to operate, but... Oh god. After that smooth and professional ride in the hamster ball, we're going to be continuing our tour on foot, and we're heading back towards the main Moon Plaza, but this time we're going to go in a different direction. Look, it concerns me very much when someone in uniform just aggressively points somewhere. Stop doing that. You're making me nervous. Anyway, we're continuing towards the moon. Stop doing that! You're freaking me out! Did you just point at the moon? Anyway, we're continuing on to the Moon Plaza. Gonna avoid these gentlemen. That was a near miss. So if I just run towards the edge here, again, this is the mixed herbivore habitat. Aw, it's so nice. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look, I love Parasaurolophus, but they make a terrifying noise. Not gonna lie. Whoa. Oh, a social, nice. Aw. Adorable. I really like the LUX skins. It makes me happy. I like glowy things. It is what it is. Okay. So, heading in this direction, under another banner. I love using these banners, man. We need more like them so we can have a little bit more variety. It is so busy in this park, oh my god. So in that direction, we have the amphitheaters, which are home to a pack of Spinoraptors. We're gonna go there a little bit later. We're first gonna head in this direction where we have Indoraptor, Indominus Rex. We have access to the lagoon as well. But first, we're gonna go to the right. And we're gonna go onto like that path section that extends out into the mixed herbivore habitat. So, you know, this is a nice little mini plaza, and if we back it up, oh god, and run into a flag post. We're gonna go up a little bit, and yeah, this just goes into, quote-unquote, the habitat to give you a different perspective of it. So there are my Parasaurolophus, and you can see the Moon Plaza. What the heck is making that noise? Was that you? Were you making like farty noises? What? Aw, little Ankylodocus. Oh, you can see the hotels in the distance of a remote area, which we're going to be going towards last. Ankylodocus has an itch. I feel so short. Anyway. So yeah, this is another nice way to look into the habitats. They're so noisy. A little bit of a design flaw is there's nothing here for like the AI guests to do. There's no viewing gallery, there's no amenities, so our guests don't actually come out here, which I guess is nice for us. You know, we can sort of pretend that it's a VIP area, I suppose. None of the plebeians come here. We're gonna go back, and this time we're gonna head towards the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex, which are kind of, you know, secluded as feels like a good thing to do. So we're gonna walk under the monorail roof, which extends out over the edge of the lagoon. And the reason we did that is so that you can see these pillars underwater. You know me, I love using the monorail tracks for anything other than transportation, honestly. I think that's pretty cool, you know, creates a pretty cool tunnel effect this way. Alright, so we have a couple of shops. You know, sushi shops are like a staple in my parks. So much sushi. The sushi is inescapable. But if we go in this direction, you can see that there's a lagoon sign, and oh god, sorry, I hit the mouse there. So there's a lagoon sign, and yeah, let's go there first. Let's hop into the lagoon viewing gallery first. So it's nicely like the path is framed by these wall pieces on one side, and the alternating concrete barriers with the lights on the other side. You can see the viewing tower popping out of the illuminated tree. You can already hear the Nothosaurus. They make kind of scary noises. Same with the Parasaurolophus. There you go. So the Nothosaurus are just having a rest on their rock. And we have the Styxosaurus swimming around in here. And there you can see the pillars that, you know, go into the water. So if we go down, what is down? There you go. Down. First floor, ladies' underpants. Whoa, that's nice. So yeah, that's what I mean. I think it looks kind of creepy, but I like that. And it just creates, you know, something bigger to quote-unquote decorate our lagoons with. We really need tall decorations. We don't have that. So the pillars literally fill a void, literally and figuratively. And yeah, that looks proper spooky as well. I love like shining the lights on and stuff like that. We have the lights aimed at the lagoon wall as well. And that way, you know, you can see that the Styxosaurus gets silhouetted by the light. That looks really nice, I think. There's several more ways to experience the lagoon. There's also the underwater viewing galleries that we're going to be going into, and another viewing gallery across from this one. The lagoon itself is U-shaped, so it creates a lot of different viewing opportunities naturally, and that's something, you know, you want to consider when you're designing your lagoon. Leaving this viewing gallery, we're gonna walk backwards. Uh-oh, someone's gonna get fired! Someone didn't do their maintenance work! Anywho, we're gonna continue along, and this time we're gonna go in this direction. Oh, excuse me, miss. There you go. And we're gonna go into a, we're gonna go through like a security checkpoint. You know, the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor are open to the public. You are allowed to go see them, but it's at your own risk. So here we go. Let's hope we get lucky. We are lucky. There, so we have the Indoraptor stalking around, and the Indominus Rex. Well, Yeah, sure. Indominus Rest. That's accurate. Now it's Indominus Scratch. I will say this habitat is a little boring. This is the last habitat. Oh, now it's Indominus Stand. Now it's Indominus Walk. Stop it right now. This is the last habitat that I worked on, like in terms of the interior design. I will admit that even in this little park, I ran out of steam. Oh, now it's Indominus Sniff. There you go, Indominus Sniff. Indominus Sniff some more. So yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in this habitat. I'm not particularly proud of this habitat. It really relies on the wow factor of the glowy dinosaurs. I'll admit to that. Okay, so having seen that, gotta stop so we don't get whacked in the face by the gates opening up. We're gonna head back. We're gonna go into the underwater viewing galleries. We're gonna go into the viewing tower as well. I don't know, I really like... Comment down below, how do you feel about using monorail tracks like this? Comment down below. I really like it. I think it looks really spectacular. Because the game... You know, there's a... Honestly, let's be honest here. Let's just talk frankly. The game lacks a lot of things, but in terms of decoration, I feel like one of the main things it lacks is height. Which is, you know, why I use the, where am I? Oh, which is why I use these banners as often as I do, because they also add height that a lot of the other decorations just don't bring to your park. And that's why I really love using the monorails like that. Anyway, again, lagoon, in case you were confused. So these are the two underwater viewing gallery access buildings. Let's go into this one first. Oh, it's a popular one. So yeah, we're underneath like a rock ceiling. There you go, that's nice. And here we have again the pillars, which are also illuminated from this side. I like made some changes in the lighting color, but honestly green is just my favorite because it shows up the brightest in the lagoons. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. I really like this. Flipping it around, you can see all of the lights aimed at the lagoon wall as well. Spooky. Alright, so if we leave this one and then we go across the way, we go into this one right here. We again have the rock ceiling. I dropped it down on this side so the rocks are a lot closer to us. You can see the rock platform for the Nothosaurus. You can see a viewing gallery right there. Of course, you can see our animals. It feels a little claustrophobic, not gonna. It's a little creepy, not gonna lie. But that's sort of the vibe we were going. That shirt, ma'am, is a choice. It's not a choice I agree with, but it is your choice, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Okay, we can leave here. And now this tower. There you go, so you can look down onto this lagoon rock platform where two Nothosaurus are having a bit of a rest. You see the illuminated trees. You can see the lights poking through there. The torches that are framing the lagoon edge. Oh, you can see the lights of the amphitheater. That's pretty cool. Hold on, let's switch the camera. Yeah, so there's the amphitheater in the distance. That's nice. And now we look back at the plaza. Oh, this is really nice. So here are the rock ceilings that go over the lagoon edges. Again, this entire park is made without any mods. This is just a glitch. I've done a video on these glitches. And yeah, I highly recommend that you check that out if you're looking for like new things to do with your park builds. You know, after 2+ years, we can use a little bit of new stuff, I think. So yeah, glitches are a fun thing to... Oh god, there's another sushi shop. But glitches are a good way to go to give something new. Now, let's head towards that amphitheater with our Spinoraptors. Spinoraptor is my favorite hybrid in the game. Comment down below which hybrid is your favorite. I think for most people, it'll probably still be Indominus or Indoraptor. But yeah, I just really love the Spinoraptor. Look at that. That's so pretty. Sorry. I am so happy with how this park turned out. I'm low-key proud of it. Not gonna lie. Not gonna pretend otherwise. And all these people are having just the time of their life. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think Spinoraptor is just cool. That's really all there is to it. It's not that deep, bro. Hold on, let's first like take a little detour into the final viewing gallery of the lagoon. So that's this one right here. Let's go down. Lovely. Yeah, I really like it. It's like midway between magical and kind of spooky. And I like that. I think that goes hand in hand quite well. All right, enough of all that nonsense. Let's get towards the Spinoraptor. So they have 2 amphitheaters back to back. That was just a suggestion that came in the livestream chat. Pretty much the majority of this park was built over the course of 2 live streams. I did most of the detailing work like in between, mostly after the 2 live streams. But yeah, we build Jurassic World Evolution 2 parks every Saturday live, and you can join in and give suggestions like stitching 2 amphitheaters together, which I think is different, and different is good. So yeah, we have this long path leading up to the amphitheater with the imposing doors and the massive gate. There's also a little extra detail of a sunken down monorail track to sort of give an extra archway for our guests to go through. So yeah, this is how you would approach the Spinoraptor amphitheater. Get excited about what you're about to see. The most dangerous hybrids. That's probably not true. In my mind, it is, because I love Spinoraptor. I'm Spinoraptor's hype man. Okay, I'm hyping it up. More of the illuminated trees. Look, oh, sorry. I get distracted really easily. It's really busy here, as it should be, because you know Spinoraptor deserves the love. So these are the entry points for the amphitheater themselves, but we also have viewing opportunities within like the arena of the amphitheater. Oh, something I completely walked by is this little decorative area. We have these Spinosaurus and oh Jesus Christ, sorry about that camera work. We have the Spinosaurus and the Velociraptor, you know, 2 decorative items blended together as sort of a, you know, a conceptual tease of what is in there, which is of course the Spinoraptor. There's, you know, guest facilities, not a sushi shop for once. That's very good, Evo. Very good. Well done. I am proud of you. You went the extra mile. Well done. So yeah, just a whole bunch of amenities for to attract the people. And then here we have the first of the viewing opportunities that is actually like inside the arena, and it's a viewing dome. So if we enter this, there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're like literally in the middle of the arena. That's where it opens up to the other arena, but hold on, if I switch around. Ah, there's the front of it, there's the gate. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, you know, give your guests the opportunity to like be in the middle of the arena, you know, in the spotlight. But of course the real stars are these bad boys or bad gals right there. I disagree with how this viewing dome was designed, because like this is the star attraction right here, because that's most of what you're gonna see. That's pretty cool, right? And you can just see in the distance that there's also a Hyperloop viewing tower in the other amphitheater that is connected to this one. And we're gonna be going there later. Okay, so with that done, let's also head into the regular viewing opportunity for the arena. So that's this. There, you can see the dome in the center, and the Spinoraptors will be circling you. I added some fountains in here, and specifically directly around the viewing dome, because you can't actually place water inside these arenas. I was getting just, you know, the dreaded terrain constraints. So we're pretending that the Spinoraptors are drinking from the fountain, and that's why I put them this close to the viewing dome, so that, you know, in universe, if you're in there, there's gonna be a really high chance that the Spinoraptors are gonna get really close to you, because they're gonna be drinking right outside the window. You can get a really up-close experience of them. I guess the only downside of how I did this is obviously, you know, these lights are doing a lot of work. They're really bright. So the bioluminescence is still visible, but it doesn't stand out as much. It really just looks like a bright pink pattern. It doesn't really seem to glow that much. But in a park that is, you know, completely in the dark with all of the bioluminescence showing up quite well, I think you can get away with doing this. Oh, social. You know, it's not the optimal way to show bioluminescence, I guess is what I'm saying, but because we have all the other bioluminescent creatures in here as well, being shown the way you would probably want to show the bioluminescence, I don't think it's a big issue. All right, let's head on out. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna head towards the Hyperloop station, and the Hyperloop station is behind the entry point. So it's just, you know, it's a really easy way for people to get around. Like, they arrive in the park and they immediately can hop onto the Hyperloop so they can get to their hotels, or they can hop onto the Hyperloop and get to, excuse me, and get to a lot of the viewing galleries, or viewing towers, I should say. So that's why it's right by the entry section, and that's up there. So we don't have to go back towards the Moon Plaza. We can just use this shortcut. And there's the entry point, and as you can see, right behind it is the Hyperloop station. There, the entry point. I use a lot of these wall pieces. I really love these wall pieces. They're very, very, very good. More illuminated trees. Come on, that's so cool. I really love that. That really gives me like the theme park vibes. I wish we had more like lights that we can really aim at stuff. So here's the Hyperloop station. Before we go in there, I just want to show you this area real quick. Excuse me. So we have an attraction here, a little seating section. There is a restaurant. Is it a sushi shop? Is it a sushi shop? No, it's not a sushi shop. And here's just a path leading down towards the back amphitheater. So if I rush on down, we can head in here for a quick look. Whoa, that is one glowy red tree. She's just studying the tree. But yeah, this is the back amphitheater, and you can see the Hyperloop viewing tower thing. Technical term, don't worry about it. And this one, you know, because we don't have the dome in the center, it looks a lot more open. All right, so now let's make good on that promise and actually go into the Hyperloop. And we're going to be going towards our viewing towers first, and then finally the remote section that this leads to. So through the magic of editing, because it doesn't actually work that way. Magic of editing, yeah. And here we go. We're in the first of the viewing towers. Boop. And we're in the amphitheater of the Spinoraptors. And if we go down, which I guess is this one. Yeah, there you go. So you would imagine that periodically this thing, you know, goes up, goes down. Even though I guess the viewing dome already provides, you know, the lower vantage point, but it's just cool. Unfortunately, all of the Spinoraptors are on the other end. I think this is really cool. I really like this, like putting the guests inside the arena of the amphitheater. I think it creates a really spectacular effect, spared no expense. The other tower, magic of editing. The other tower is this one, so this is the Spinoceratops habitat, as is recognizable by the torches. You know, and secondary, the Spinoceratops itself, and the hamster balls, of course. So if we go down for this one, and again, it's like completely surrounded by this monorail track. Can we... Oh, you can stand on the railing. Oh, I never realized. Oh, cool. Yeah, I really liked framing these towers with the monorail track, because the towers obviously look very utilitarian. They look very not really meant for a theme park, which is supposed to be pretty. So yeah, that's why I decided to surround it with the monorail tracks. Any excuse to use more monorail track. And if we go to the last one, boop. And this is the last of the viewing towers, which looks into the mixed herbivore habitat, which you can see is really large, especially for me. I make my enclosures a little bit unethical, but you know, this is a pretty sizable habitat. And unfortunately, all of the dinosaurs are now on the other side because of course they are. They hate me. The only animal that doesn't resent me enough to run away is the unconscious one. Cool. Here, but that looks really, really nice. So there's like this river that cuts through the habitat. It ends in more or less a lake, but you can see there's, you know, two smaller rivers converging together, forming a lake on this end. And of course, water is really interesting to use in a bioluminescent park because, as you can see, it reflects the light of the illuminated trees. It reflects the light of the bioluminescent animals. So water is something really fun to use in a park like this. And now finally where the Hyperloop takes us is right here. So this is the secondary station. There you go. So this is the remote area of the park, only reachable via this Hyperloop station. And it has the Innovation Center. It has another viewing opportunity looking into that mixed herbivore habitat. So that's where we're going to go first. It also has hotels and amenities. Really different viewpoints into the same habitat, but honestly it feels like an entirely different habitat. Like you can barely see... Like you can see the monorail roof over the lagoon in the backdrop, but that's about it, honestly. And again, if you're like struggling with building parks, finishing parks, if you're losing steam halfways, I highly recommend just making a very specific animal selection, like limiting yourself to a very specific group of animals and just setting out to build a park just for them. So I've built this LUX park for all bioluminescent animals. I built the hybrid park for all hybrid animals. Obviously, there's a lot of overlap between the two, but you'll actually have noticed if you've seen that video, which you can check out on the channel. It's a speed build and a little showcase. You can see how different those parks turned out, even though there's a lot of overlap in the animals that inhabit it. But yeah, if you're like one of those people who I see a lot in my comment section who are saying, you know, I never finish my parks. I always lose motivation before I get done. I really, really recommend that you just limit yourself to a smaller animal group. It can be all lagoon creatures, all LUX creatures, all hybrids, all ceratopsians, all stegosaurids, you know, something like that, and just build a park for those animals. And I think that's really going to help because it's going to be a quicker build. You're going to be able to put in a lot of detail without worrying that your park is going to crash or that your frame rate is going to tank. And you can just create something really nice, which I hope this park shows. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. And you'll probably be seeing more of that on the channel, honestly. These, like, little parks. Now, obviously, I will also be building Mini Sorna. That's gonna start next week, or at least it's supposed to start next week. Please don't hold me to it. I'm attempting to start it next week. You know, it's gonna be our next weekly building series. Mini Sorna is gonna be huge, just like Mini Nublar and Mini Manticore Island. You know, you can expect to see another 2-hour tour coming your way in a couple of months when those parks are finished. But alongside those really big parks, I want to do more like this, just more contained and more limited builds that really just allow you to go full out with the detail without worrying that, you know, like Mini Manticore Island, that park was constantly crashing after a while because it was just so detailed and so big, and we had to tour the park closed. All of those, like, compromises to make that happen. And this was just a really enjoyable build. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy it as well. I hope that you're going to be down for that. If you are subscribed to the channel, of course, also so you won't miss out on the building series of Mini Sorna. And I have many more projects coming your way, which I hope you will enjoy and take inspiration from. And help you, you know, create interesting parks of your own. The last thing we're going to do is hop into the hotel. We're gonna check in for the night. We have not a great view. Hold on, let's get a different room. Let's get a different room. Let's get a different room. Different room? There you go. This is gonna be our room. I talked to the manager. We've upgraded to a room with a view. We've checked in for the night. I'm gonna be signing off, but I really hope that you enjoyed this tour with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Stick around for a little cinematic showcase at the end, and I hope I will see you for the next one. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time. Enjoy the game.